Hello there, a very good morning to you and welcome to join us on yet another interesting and exciting segment of the newspaper review right here on TAF TV for today, the 5th day of May 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and as usual, it is and has always been my pleasure to bring you the newspaper headlines. But as usual, before we do that, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, all of the headlines will be coming your way. Do stay with us. We'll be right back after the short break.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice. This message is proudly brought to you by TAF Media Limited.
Okay, you're welcome back from that quick break and taking you straight now to our first paper for this morning. We have here, we shall be looking first at the Punch. And amongst the headlines in the Punch, in the mid part of the Punch, this one here says, multiple candidates threaten Southern presidency. Multiple candidates threaten Southern presidency. Leaders warn 24 aspirants. That's on page 2 of the Punch. And next in the Punch we have, save Nigerians from insecurity. Reps tell Buhari save Nigerians from insecurity. Reps tell Buhari, that on page 9, I beg your pardon, of the Punch. Next we have in the Punch, this one here says, Nigeria needs men of integrity now, says Obasanjo. Nigeria needs men of integrity now, says Obasanjo. That's on page 9 as well of the Punch. And next in the Punch we have, Ogun man kills friend over $150. Reports self to police. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch. And next we have on the Punch, slain military couple. Buhari demands killer's arrest. IPOB denies complicity. That's on page 4 of the Punch. And next in the Punch we have, strike. ASU wants minister's certificate withdrawn. Edo students protest. That's on page 8 of the Punch. And lastly, in the Punch for today, we intercepted 10.7 billion naira stolen crude oil and others, according to the Navy. That's on page 12 of the Punch. Okay, you can get more details of these headlines in the Punch. Do get a copy of the Punch for yourself. Taking you straight now to our next paper for today, we shall be looking at the Daily Sun. And amongst the headlines in the Daily Sun, we have presidential primaries. Pressure mounts on INEC to extend deadline. Pressure mounts on INEC to extend deadline. APC pushes for extension, seeks other parties buy-in. PDP chair resists move as party alters date for global primary and others. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun, okay? In the lower part of the Daily Sun, we have Lekki report. Nigeria to regain maritime business loss to Togo in Ghana. That's according to federal government. Nigeria to regain maritime business loss to Togo and Ghana. That's according to federal government. to generate $201 billion revenue and create 170,000 jobs. You can get all the details on that particular headline on page 25 of the Daily Sun. And next in the Daily Sun, the Sun Awards. Frank Edoho is host. Tenny to thrill audience. That's on page 6 of Daily Sun. And lastly, in Daily Sun, we have 2023. Masob demands Igbo presidency and Kanu's release. OYC warns against endorsement of aspirants outside of region. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun. Okay, that's the much we can take in Daily Sun. Take you straight now to our next and last paper for today. We shall be looking at the Vanguard, and amongst the headlines in the Vanguard, this one here says APC Hawks pressure INEC to shift deadline for primaries. APC Hawks pressure INEC to shift deadline for primaries. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. And next in the Vanguard, we have ASU strike. Protesting students shot Benin City. ASU strike. Protesting students shot Benin City. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard. And next we have, in the lower part of the Vanguard, we have telcos demand 40% increase in voice, SMS, and data tariffs. NCC, an expert, reacts. That's on page 27 of the Vanguard. And next in the Vanguard, we have legendary actor David Osagie dies after filming. Legendary actor David Osagie dies after filming. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard. And next we have oil market. Crude prices rise over $108 per barrel as EU molds ban on Russia's oil. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard. And lastly, in the Vanguard for today, we have Boko Haram rains terror on Chibok. Boko Haram rains terror on Chibok. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard. Okay, that's the much we can take in today's segment of the newspaper review. Right about now, it's time for us to move to our discussion segment. But shortly before we do that, we'll go on a quick break. And when we come back, we'll take you straight to our discussions for today. Do stay with us. We'll be right back after the short break. Okay, you're welcome back from that short break. And with me in the discussion segment for today is Mr. Sunny Gamarai. Mr. Sunny, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Sunny, we have lots of headlines today, but we'll be treating just a few of them. Okay, what's your take on the extension of dates for acquisition of forms by APC and PDP?
Okay. For me, I wouldn't say I know, I have any knowledge why they extended the dates, but I feel that maybe it's because they want to take in more people. But as it were, we already have a whole lot of people who have shown interest to run for the 2023 elections. I think we also have somebody that came in as a lady that is coming in through, she's just coming on her own without even joining a party, you know. So I think they call them independent candidates. Yes. Then I think it's just to create room for more people to buy forms, because if you see how much they've realized so far from just sales of form is running to millions of naira.
And just recently, Akpabio and Oshomole recently joined the race as well.
Okay, so I think some people are just coming in to test the waters, you know, to know their fate, even though they know that they are not even going to win in their own local government. So I think everybody wants to try what it is to run for president.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. So what do you make of the Edo student protest as regards ASU wanting the minister's certificate withdrawn?
Yeah, I think for me, I've been expecting this long to happen. You know, I was thinking when the minister declared that he was going to run for presidency, you know, buying an election form of 100 million naira, you know, as a minister, as a sitting minister. So I thought that we will see our streets, you know, with students coming out the way they came out during the NSAS, you know. So I was thinking it was going to be a nationwide protest, but unfortunately it's just happening in one part of the country. So I think the minister needs to be called upon. He needs to be questioned, because this morning I was going through trying to read how much a minister is paid, you know, per annum. And I was shocked that the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria annually, everything put together, his take home is supposed to be about 2 million plus. And his monthly salary is about 160 something thousand per month. So
As a minister?
As a sitting minister. So where do you have 100 million to buy a presidential form as a sitting minister? So I think if our system was really active, he would have been called, he would have been probed. or the EFCC would have come in, you know. So but it just shows that this is the country where we are. And this same minister was the one that walked out on the students' union when they came to visit him to ask him why is the strike lingering, you know. He walked out on them, and that was really rude.
Okay, so don't you think that the reason why the protest didn't really look like a nationwide one was as a result of, according to you, the outcome of the NSAS protests, and then the massacre at Lekki Toll Gate? You know, that particular experience really didn't go down well with a lot of Nigerians. So in a way, it might have affected their willingness to come out in mass again this time around, because, you know, like they say.
Yes, for liberation, you know. It's just that you know, the NSAS protests, one of the problems they had was because there was no clear-cut leader. There was no one that was saying, I'm the leader. You know, the government didn't really know who to talk to. Didn't really know who. Yes, you know. But for every
so you felt if there was a leader, such happenings wouldn't have happened.
Yes, if there was a leader per se, we all know what happened to leadership, you know, when there's an agitation here in Africa where they try to lobby the leaders, they try to buy them over. You know, I think that was their fear. That was why they said there was no leader. But actually, there were leaders in the protests. There were leaders. So for freedom, you know.
Leaders who didn't want people to know that they were leaders.
Yes, they were leaders. They were leaders. And you know, they had sponsorships coming in from everywhere, all over the world. That was why the leadership, the present leadership of the country became threatened. You could see how they suspended accounts through CBN and was monitoring people's phones and like that. So for this particular protest that's going on right now in the South, I was if they are dogged about it, and if they really mean business, you know, the minister can be called to book.
Okay, so Mr. Sani, shortly before we call it a day, what do you think can be done right now? Because this strike it has really lingered actually, and students are not happy. A lot of persons want to graduate, and parents, you know, who had plans on, you know, who had already said, okay, by so yeah, my child will be coming out from university. A lot of plans are being shattered as a result of this particular strike. So, on your own perspective, what do you think can be done to resolve things and bring things to normal?
Well, I can't tell you what can be done, because I'm not the Minister of Education, or either am I the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Your own opinion or something?
Yes, I just feel, my own opinion, I just feel that the government is not being truthful, and they're not ready to negotiate. They are only just trying to tell the people, this is what I want and you must do what I want.
Yes. Should I say dictative, right?
Yes, that's why they're telling them, okay, if you don't go to work, no pay. For me, I think that's you're threatening them. You understand? And because when somebody doesn't go to work and you're not paying the person, automatically you want to fire the person. So I just feel they're threatening them. But I think something can still be done. You know, you can just like the way during the when our economy was going down, you know, there were palliatives, you know, to cushion the effects. You understand? You can say, okay, we can provide this for now. Why not go back to work? You understand?
Yes.
Let us cushion the effect by providing this for now. Okay. Or maybe in the next 6 months or in the next 1 year, we'll now take it up from here. You know, because the education sector is actually a part of the budget, the national budget that should be given to education annually. You understand? So why not call them to the joint table and say, oh, this is too much. We cannot do this. Okay, you're asking for 50,000. Why can't we just start with 10? Why can't we just start with 15? You know, when things get better, you know, we put a rise. You know, they should have their game when it comes to negotiation, because these people are human beings and they're not spirits.
Okay, they're human beings and they are not spirits. Words of Mr. Sunny Gomorai. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
As for you who has been watching us, thank you so much for sticking there and being faithful to your screen. But unfortunately, this is where we have to call it a wrap on today's segment of the newspaper review. This is Staff TV once again. Thanks for sticking with us, and please do want to follow us on our social media platforms. On YouTube, it's at Staff TV. On Instagram, it's at Staff TV_NG. On Twitter, it's at Staff TV, and on Facebook, it's at Staff TV. My name remains Cyril Aloysius, and until I come your way again next time, do have a blessed and wonderful day.